Hello, everybody. Man, I got goosies, actually. True story. Look, Mason, look, I got goosies. Yeah, good morning, everybody. Guys, I don't know where the time has gone. I'm actually gobsmacked. The team and I were just sitting here this morning and saying, we've only got, this is like our last live. Like, is that possible? The next one that we're doing is with the card holders for builders, and that's next week, Friday. So if you want to join that, get yourself a builder's card, because then you get like a special invitation, to that, and it's called a builder's masterclass. And we'd really like you guys to come along and join us. But for the next hour, folks, I'm here with you, and I hope you've got your coffee, your juice, your whatever, your fat-free or fat-filled yogurt, because it's morning snack time, and we are going to go through summer gardening, getting your garden ready, hints and tips, plus a few little bits and pieces that we're going to throw in there. And sure, it's been a journey, hey guys, without being able to go around to all the builder stores around South Africa where I normally go and get to see you. I've missed that. I have missed it, but I've also loved being at home and loved being able to connect with all of you guys from Gordons Bay, Port Shepstone, Hillcrest, Howick, you name it. You guys are always with me every single time. So, guys, let's get on with it. But most importantly, what I do want to share with you today is the following. Now, you all know that I've been speaking about a wonder competition. Okay, is a wonder competition that is exclusive to builders, guys, exclusive. So, and it finishes like in a couple of days' time. What's the date today, actually? What is the date? 26. Oh, it's the 26th. Look at that. It's the 26th. On the 30th of November, guys, at midnight, this competition ends. And you don't want to miss out. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm allowed to enter, which just upsets me, but never mind. Come on, guys, this is it. Mace is going to get in here really close and show you. Oh, and it's even coming up on the screen. Look how clever that is. Oh, okay, you can see it all there. Anyway, guys, the bottom line is you've got to buy 2 Wonder products, and this is exclusive to Builders Warehouse and Builders Express stores. So what are Wonder products? Well, it's fertilizer. It's like this. Rose fertilizer, 815. Come on, guys, you all need some fertilizer for your roses, and fertilizer never goes to waste. It's an 815. It's for fruit and flowers. So think about all your fruit trees, roses, anything that you want to flower, all your perennials. Give it a good dose of this, and so it's not going to go to waste, okay? So that's a Wonder product. What else is a Wonder product? Have a look here. Where did I have some? I had some here a minute ago, and then I lost it. Wonder plant food. There's loads of Wonder plant foods. So use those, guys. Okay, wait, the Wonder plant food is coming. Thank you. Out the cupboard, which you don't see, but it's on its way. There we go. Third shelf. There we go. This is called technical backup. There we go. Now watch it gets thrown across. Are you ready? 2, 3, go. Hoppa. And another one. Hoppa. There we go. Okay, so what is this? These are Wonder products, guys. So these are plant foods. Please, you get all purpose. You get one for fruit, one for flowers, flowering plants. You can also, Wonder's also got an oleum. There we go. Thank you. Next one coming up. This one over here is the color boost. So this you can use on any of your flowering plants. It's a liquid plant food, whether it's your African violet, whether it's your chrysanthemum, your peace lily that you're wanting to flower, you can use this stuff. So all you got to do is buy 2 of the Wonder products. Follow the prompt here. Okay, there's a prompt. It's like star 120 star, all of those things. You got to press it on the thing. Press enter and follow the prompts, and then you can enter the competition. What are they giving away? 100,000 Rand, no strings attached, travel voucher. 100,000 Rand. Man. Isn't that amazing? 100,000 Rand, you could go anywhere. You could go anywhere you want. Of course, it's you don't need to worry about like COVID restrictions and that because it has a time frame. I think you've got like up to a year to use it or something. So you can save your leave and make sure that you get to use it. But it really is amazing. I think it's the first that ever such a huge competition has been open to the public. And of course, it's exclusive to Builders and Builders Express stores. So get out there and get it. Get your Wonder. I might send some other friends and family to go and buy some Wonder products so that we can also enter. Because I'd really like to go back to the island of Mauritius. Oh. Yo. Okay. How COVID has changed our lives. But anyway, guys. And big things on the horizon. Because, folks, we know that tomorrow's what? Say it. Say it with me. Yes. Tomorrow is Black Friday. Tomorrow is Black Friday. I have been getting so many WhatsApps and emails and whatever. And guys, please, I'm going to share with you just now some very, very special deals that Builders are offering. So keep an eye out for that. But let's say good morning to everybody first. Liz is there. Good morning. Marlene, good morning. Yeah, wow, Marlene. Yeah, wow. 100,000 rods. Yeah. Beverly, good morning. Suzanne, good morning. Beryl from YouTube. Rainier, I think that's how you say it, Rainier. Renata's here, good morning. Bought some Wonder products and have to enter. Yes! What do you mean you haven't entered yet? Near, sis. Near. Get that cellularis out. Morning, Wendy on YouTube. Maureen, good morning. Mamoline Zondi, good morning. Adrian, Sue, Lorraine from Kailami. Who else have we got on here? Sabonello. Yes, Black Friday. You got it right. Jill from Toti. Good morning, everybody. It's really good to see everybody here. Let's get to another page. We got Brigitte, we've got Debbie, and Wendy Rogers was first up in line today to log on. And Wendy's message, good morning. So sad that it's the last one. Wishing you and your fur kids a happy Christmas. Yeah, and to you too. And to you too. Tian. There's Tian. I was wondering if you were around. Good morning, Tian. Bern, good morning from Mandini. Yolanda from a warm Sasselberg. Yeah. Catherine, good morning. Who else have we got on here? Let's have a look here. Judy's back. Hello, Judy. Yvette. Esme, good morning from Cape Town. Jennifer from Roodepoort. And Steph Green, good morning. Radio, boys and girls. Let's get going. So, we know the holidays can be mad. Okay, we know that. I mean, if I'm going to tell you some personal stories today that every family's got them. Anyway, so a family Christmas is normally held here at our house, and it's crazy. I think the smallest Christmas we've had was, I think, like 35 people for lunch. Yeah, and lots of little children. Lots. Like the family is bred. They got these little rodents running around all over, and are they naughty? And if you've got pebbles in your garden, you got pebbles. Every gardener has got some pebbles somewhere. So I've got lots of pebbles. I love gravel in the garden. Why? Because it's easy to maintain. It's also really good for security. So when people are walking around the house or whatever, you can hear them. Okay, but kids have to take the stones from here and they've got to throw them there. Okay, or they've got to take them from the pathway and throw them into the pond. My goldfish, I think, have got black and blue eyes by the time that the kids leave, because I think those little rodents, vermin, try and knock the goldfish, but you know what? It's fun. I mean, we get to see those aunts and uncles and cousin-in-laws, distant 3 times removed. Do you also have those people? Yeah, I'm not the only one. Anyway, you know that we all have. Anyway, they all come along, and you want to make sure that your garden is looking gorgeous. Of course you do. It's a proud moment. You get to host everybody. You get to share your garden. You get to share your highs, your lows. You get to show off your beautiful plants. Like, come, Uncle Cyril, come with me so I can show you my plant, you know. I mean, we all want to boast. We all want to boast. And I want you to be in a position where, number one, you're going to enjoy it. You're going to relax. You're going to have done all the prep work. And you're going to just chill. Sit back and enjoy. Right. So a couple of things I want you to know. If you're going away, okay, so if you are one of those people that are going away to other people and you're worried about your house plants, then a couple of things, especially because you can't, you know, most of us don't have plant sitters. We have fur kid sitters. But if you do have a plant sitter, then great. Just make sure that they do water your plants. If not, one way that you can get around it, certainly if you're going away for more than 10 days, it's that point that I would start stressing. If you're not going away for longer than a 10-day period, then really your houseplants will be absolutely fine. But if you are a little bit stressed out, then just do this. Get a little saucer. Any saucer can do. It could even be a little Tupperware. And get some pebbles, or I've got some Brocatoni clay here. Now, I really, really like these things because Brocatoni is a leaker clay. And so it's actually a proper clay that's been put through a heating process to blow up into these little balls. It's incredibly light. And the thing is that when you add water to that, you'll see what happens. And here is my... So when you add water here, see it changes color? And if I have to fill this up with water, what you'll actually find is that the water gets absorbed into the Brocatoni because it's clay, and clay naturally absorbs water and it naturally releases water, which is why plants are generally so happy in clay pots. So what you normally do is you actually just soak this Brocatoni for about 6 hours ahead of time. But if you haven't, like I have here, just add a bit of extra water in, and in no time at all you'll find that the little clay guys here have actually absorbed the water. Then you take your plant and just put it on top. Okay, so what have we created? Well, what we're doing now is, as the plant is needing moisture, it'll absorb the moisture through these little clay pellets. Even although the clay pellets have absorbed the moisture and you actually can't see the water, it will still absorb it through. Also what it does, it helps to create a bit of humidity. So if it's very dry, we haven't had, say we don't have any rain for 10 days, well, if that has to happen, I might actually have to drink an entire bottle of champagne. I don't know, because it's been raining so much. But let's not complain about the rain. But what it does is, this creates a little greenhouse effect, and because of the moisture down here. And what that does is it reduces stress. Okay, so it reduces the stress on the plant. So water can be absorbed, and it creates that little humidity around the leaves and that, and you're good to go. So what I would also recommend that you do is, healthy plants generally don't get diseases. It's like healthy people generally don't get sick. Okay, and it's the same with plants. When plants are healthy and looking happy, they really are strong. They've got what we call strong bricks, and bricks is the sugar content in the plants, and that means that they're really immune. So how do we keep plants healthy? We keep plants healthy by giving them the right water, by making the water available to them when they need it. So when is the best time to water a plant? Not when it's hanging and like being in the desert for 40 days and 40 nights. No, you water it before that point, before it gets to that, like, I'm dying. Because what you've done is you've put the plant through stress. Okay, and you feed it. You've got to feed it. Plants can't live on your love alone, especially if they're in a container. So folks, there are so many plant foods out there, and I'm sure you've got one of them. Go and dig in the garage, go and dig in that cupboard. If it's so old that the label is worn off, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Like, it's so old, the label's peeled off that you can't even see what it is. And don't open it and like, oh yeah, this'll work. It smells like a very good plant food. I know you do that with chemicals, but when now, very, very naughty. So there are loads of plant foods, folks. Whether you're using a beautiful seaweed-based kelp pack, whether you're using multi-grow, whether you're using Nutri-Feed, please just use it, guys. Follow the instructions. Plant foods are like diets. Whether it's the watermelon diet, whether it's keto, whatever, way less. Oh, I don't know. There are so many. They all work. Yes, they do. As long as you stick to it. So use the product. And that doesn't mean you only use it once, you know, because most of these you need to use every 10 days. That means you don't use it once and say, oh, this is rubbish. This plant food did nothing for my plant. No, guys, remember, just like vitamins, just like exercise, you can't be once on the treadmill and think that you are Usain Bolt. No, you've got to be consistent at it. So please, guys, it's very important. If you're a plant parent, I know you love them. I know you really love your indoor plants. So make sure that you're preparing them and yourselves for when you need to go away. All right, so let's put that darling over there. One other, I picked this up this morning at my local builders. Man, isn't it spectacular? And so potted roses for gifts, fantastic. And I just want to get a pair of secateurs because one of you is guaranteed, one of you that are watching this morning is guaranteed to get given one of these as a gift. I put money on it. I swear I put money on it. You're either going to get an anthurium, you're going to get a potted rose, or you're going to get a potted arum lily. Ha! Yes, absolutely. Okay, so you're going to get this thing and you're going to like, what now? Let me tell you, folks, this is like one of your best value for monies. And I love it. I mean, the fact that I found this one with green, look at it, it's almost green. Now the way that these are grown, and I need to explain this to you so that you can understand how to actually look after them. In this little pot are 1, 2, 3, 4 little rose cuttings. Four little rose cuttings. This is not one plant. So they put the little cuttings in here, grow them in a glass house. Yeah, they're grown in a glass house to look this gorgeous, guys, because it's a gifting line. So you get it, fantastic. You take it home, you put it in a nice little pot, you take the label out, and watch it slowly die. So guys, where do roses live? Roses live in the full sun. They need lots of light. These are grown in a glass house. A glass house let the sun through. So don't take it and go and put it at the end of the passage, you know, in that little dark spot where, you know, that's where the telephone used to live in the olden days. Remember at the end of the passage? Yeah, well, most of us had the telephone there. Anyway, you've probably got like a table there, and normally you have some flowers on there, and so you'll put that there in the darkness. No. She can't live there. She cannot. So put it in a bright a spot as possible. In the kitchen, on the patio, preferably, where it's going to get a lot of light. Now, another thing I want to point out to you is that these plants are grown in a peat and coconut husk mixture. All right? Because remember, these little cuttings need to grow really fast. And these things, look at that. See when I'm squeezing it there? They hold quite a bit of moisture. And roses, we know, are thirsty plants. We know that they're thirsty. So please don't let this guy dry out. Please don't. Because if you let it dry out, trouble, big trouble. Okay. When it starts going over. So what does that mean? When it starts going over. When these roses now that are finished flowering, and unfortunately this little guy broke, but I'm going to show you how to look after it. So let's pretend that this little bud is now over. All right, he's finished flowering. What do? I want you to follow a very simple process, okay? Here's a leaf, there's a leaf, there's another leaf. Can you see that in there? Can you get in there? Let's turn it that way. There we go. How's that? That's better. So there's 1, 2, 3. Third leaf down. Third leaf down, folks. All I want you to do, get your secateurs in there and give it a snip. Okay, so you see what we've done here. You can see there, right, we've nipped it just above the third leaf, the axil of the third leaf. So very simple. That's the formula. Count 1, 2, 3 sets of leaves, cut it off. That's called deadheading. Oh man, this is beautiful. And I've got to tell you what we did. How's that work? Probably won't stay. Now, I'm very bad at this, you know. And now the producer's going to be screaming in the background because I'm putting it by my microphone. But never mind, he can keep quiet. So there it is. Oh, look at that. Look, it's pretty. It's pretty. I just need a wedding to go to. Guys, so I need to tell you a story. When my late mom, at her funeral, we were given by the supplier, we were given a whole lot of potted roses like this, because she loved roses, to have on the tables, you know, when you go for eats and all that afterwards. And I got these potted roses, and I used to hate them. True story. I used to really hate them. Because I was like, well, what do you do with the thing afterwards? You meant to throw it away, but who throws away a plant? Nobody throws away a plant. Okay, so what we did was, we took a lot of the roses, and we put 3 of them in a pot, because remember, there's only little cuttings in here. This is not one plant. These are just cuttings. So we took 3 of these little pots. Once they were over, we deadheaded them, and we put them into a beautiful big tub. They were the yellow rose, and I actually think it was called South Africa. I think it was that yellow rose. And Mom has been gone 10 years, and let me tell you, that yellow rose in my brother's garden is still flowering and looking amazing. And that was from originally a little potted rose. So there is lots of legs in it if you treat it the right way. And what I do want you to pay attention to, remember, I spoke about this, so you can use the Wonder 815 rose food once every 4 weeks. For a plant this size, 1 teaspoon. That's it, 1 teaspoon. You don't want a lot, okay? You can also then use a liquid plant food, which is specifically for roses like this, which is 5 grams. 5 grams, that's nothing. In 5 liters of water. So you pop this into your watering can, and as you're watering the roses, so you're feeding them as well. So you're getting a foliar feed, and then here you're getting a good balance feed that's going to give you good foliage. And remember, without good foliage, you don't get good flowers. Okay, that's the golden rule. All right, so I'm really excited, and I'm telling you that this rose, I know exactly where it's going, because I think the green is spectacular. No scent, but then, you know, can't have it all, eh? All right, okay, so that's that baby there. Okay, folks, a couple of things I also want to make mention of whilst we're going into this mad season here is to make sure, and I want to show you here very quickly. Let's get rid of some of the stuff over here. Oh, I've got too many things here, too many things today. But, you know, we all think of like, oh, what can I give this person? What can I give that person? How am I going to look after my plants? And I want to show you what we actually did a couple of weeks ago. And, you know, this is how to ensure that you are really successful with seeds. And I say this because a lot of us are very, very nervous about it. Now, you've seen me use this before. This is the little mini greenhouse. And guys, this one works for me the entire time. You can see, in fact, I just opened up the vent a couple of days ago, but because I've only opened up one vent here, you can see that it's still creating its own little microclimate. Can you see the little droplets on here? See that? So remember, I say to you, when you sow your seed, when you've sown it and you've watered it, you then don't need to re-water until it germinates. Now, I've got some grass seed in here that, and here, there, they've germinated already. There they are, coming up. So at that point now, I can open the vents, okay? Open the vents, and only then do I have to start watering. I do not have to worry about watering my seeds if they are in this mini greenhouse. And you know, folks, that is the biggest mistake that we make. It's like we buy all these wonderful seeds. Oh, so excited. Oh, so excited, so excited. Okay, we sow them, and like, that was the beginning and end of the journey. Nothing happened after that. In fact, it was very short-lived. So get yourself one of these, guys. It's like, I think they're like under $200. and they work like an absolute charm. I mean, I've got some little strawberries that are in here now that I just sowed directly into here. I've got some little sweet basil that I put in these little pots. So I sowed them directly into here. But you can see this is where you only want to drop like 1 seed in, 2 seeds in. As soon as they germinate, you choose the strongest one and you decapitate the other one. You want to choose the strongest seed. These are now almost ready to go out. And these guys are fantastic because they come in these different packs. Now, this is a 48 pack. This is a slightly smaller one. But these guys are actually made out of coir, from a coconut. Yeah, so the outside of the coconut, they're taken and they molded into these little pots, which means that you can reuse this pot over and over and over again. Or you can take this entire little basil, as he is here, and plant him, boof, in the garden. Yeah. So there's no transplant shock. This will eventually just biodegrade and disintegrate. But I like the fact that I can just reuse them and that I'm not using plastic. Okay, and that really works for me. And I absolutely love these. You can sow seed directly into them like we've done here. And really, you can go wild. So you're probably saying, well, Tanya, what about this plastic one here? You've still got plastic here. Yes, but I want to show you something else that I found the other day. And I've done my first lot of seed sowing. And these are these little guys. Hi, no, look, little 6-packs, also the same. So you can recycle. If you wanted, only if you wanted. And yeah, I'm not a fan of that. That's what the instructions say, but I disagree completely. They say that you can cut these, okay, cut these open, and then you can plant those directly. Now, I think that's just a waste of money, personally. I would rather just reuse these and reuse these. If, however, you are wanting an option like that, then go for one of these. And I showed this to you a little while back. But this is the mini. I mean, this is for like beginners, or not even beginners, because I bought these things. I mean, I love it. I sowed some seed in one the other day, and if you've got a small garden, or like if you know someone who's only got a little flat, don't even have a balcony, they don't even have that luxury, something like that, then you use one of these guys, because look, this is cardboard. It's been squashed to form 12 little cavities, okay? So when you want to use one, and they've germinated, you just tear one off. And because this is cardboard, you plant that whole thing in the ground, okay, and then you're good to go. But whilst you're germinating them, look what happens. You put that there. Oh, look, it's a mini-me. Look, it's a little mini greenhouse. So, yeah, if you've only like one of you in the family and you wanted to grow 3 basil, 3 parsley, 3 oregano, 3 something, well, then that works for me. It really does work for me. But this solution, guys, is fantastic. I really think it's fantastic. And the fact that we reducing plastic, I'm guaranteeing that whatever I sow, I know I'm not going to mess it up. I know I'm not. But anyway. And talking about sowing, if we're talking for like gifting, get ready, whatever, I found the starter pack. And look at this. It's got six packets of seeds. 6 packets of seeds in it, plus instructions on the back of how to start your veggie garden. And so it's got little mini packets of seeds in here of carrot, cabbage, beetroot, Swiss chard, tomatoes, and onion. Okay. Nice and simple, guys. Anybody can do it. So give it a bash. If you haven't, have faith in yourself. Come on. You can. Have a little faith and get the right tools to help you along. I'm going to close up these little boys. And you can do it, guys. You really can. Okay, I'm going to move my babies out the way here. All right, because I believe that I've got lots of questions lined up for me. So, let me move my little babies out the way and let's have a look, guys. Let's have a look. What is happening here? Where's the queue now? Oh, there it is. View the queue. Okay. Oh, right. Shireen wants to know, how do I plant a good chili? Okay, well, Shireen, that's really easy. So I'm going to show you very, very quickly how to plant a chili. So I'm assuming, and I'm going to do both ways here, that you already have the chili that you love. So you either bought it, someone gave it to you, gave you the fruit, and you really, really love it. Now, I believe in that 100%. I mean, when I get given a good hot chili, I'm like, I'm keeping this seed. In fact, just this morning, I dropped off some seed for a friend of mine from a chili bush. We dried the seed and we're good to go. But if you're going to be purchasing seed, it's the same way. So if you've got, I don't have any chilies there, but never mind, we'll use this as an example. What will I use? What will be about the same size? Oh, we'll use some carrots as an example, but it's the same thing. Well, similar. So if you do have the chili fruit, put it on some newspaper in the full sun, let it dry out, okay? Cut it down the half, open it up so that the seeds can be exposed. You're going to take those little seeds off when they are dry, and then you're going to do the following. You're going to get hold of a block of Stark Ayres palm peat. Okay, look out for it at your local builders. Stark Ayres palm peat. Remember, you put that into a Tupperware, into a trug, add water to it, and it like decomposes and makes all this beautiful, beautiful stuff. And this is all we use to sow seed. And it's really easy. Get one of these little guys, pop some of this in, level it off, okay, right? Then you're going to add a few of your seed, remember, because you are not going to, don't put one seed in them, because it's not going to, that's not a good practice. Shireen lives in Cape Town. Okay, but that's okay. Shireen, you can, it doesn't matter if you're in Cape Town, because you're going to get a bit, you've been a bit cold, okay? You have been a bit cold, because I saw someone actually wearing a jersey on a Zoom meeting yesterday that was in Cape Town. So then you're going to pop at least 3 or 4 seeds in, okay, of your chili. At least 3 or 4 seeds in, and then just firm it down a bit. Firm it down a little bit, and then cover it with a little bit more. Not deep, hey? Less than a centimeter. And then tap it in, right, and then make sure you give it a good water, and then you're going to put it into your ta-da, mini greenhouse. Or you can do it in one of these guys, okay? And remember, you don't have to water until that seed is germinated, okay? And because it's still been a bit cold in Cape Town, your seed will take longer to germinate. So normally, chilies will germinate within 12 to 14 days. Yours might take a little longer, because chilies need a very ambient temperature in order to get a good germination, which is why I'd encourage you even further to use one of these little guys. Okay, once it's germinated, guys, then please start feeding it with something. Remember, I would recommend Start Grow. Start Grow is specifically to promote good roots and the first few true leaves. It's very, very good. It's a good, thick, sludgy stuff. You can see I use this stuff so often. Anything that I transplant, any seeds that I sow, anything that gets put into a pot, look at this beautiful stuff that comes out of here. And this is so easy. It's 1 capful into 5 liters of water. And anything that gets transplanted, that gets sown, that gets planted, it gets given Start Grow, because it's like a little bang, okay? Gets it going. All right. Mariki wants to know, where do you get those mini trays? You get them at Builders, darling. Go to Builders. Go and look there by the seeds. And they're normally on the shelf at the bottom of the seeds. Okay? Yeah, so go and find them over there. Right, Vera wants to know, my parsley keeps dying. Ooh, okay, Vera, parsley. It can be a itch, all right? Parsley can have a mind of its own. You're either overwatering or you're underwatering. Now, parsley is also prone to, you look at it one day, it's looking great. The next day, dale, sommer plat. All right. And parsley is known to get a root disease, which is called phytophthora. A terrible, terrible word. But if your parsley is not looking so lacquer, I would definitely give it a dose of this stuff here. It's called Root Pro. Now, what this is a natural occurring fungus that actually promotes healthy root growth in plants. So it grows in what we call, and it lives in what we call a symbiotic relationship. So that means that the one helps the other. And this fungus is a good fungus. So when your plants are looking a little bit like under the weather, okay, you give them a good dosing of this. And let me tell you, you will be amazed by the results. I've had plants that are on their way to compost heaven, on their way. And I've given them a good dose of this. You can never give too much. Inoculate the soil, and hi caramba, back they shoot, and they're looking great. Parsley needs a very well-drained soil, a good, well-drained soil. They don't like wet feet. So rather allow it to dry out well before you give it its next watering. Don't let it stay waterlogged, okay? Because that's your number one problem. And if it has been waterlogged, you certainly definitely need to use the Root Pro, because the Root Pro actually counters that problem that you have in roots when your plant has been waterlogged. Okay, right, in Essentia, Radabi, I like your show. Every time when I buy a peace lily, it just dies within a few weeks. Oh, no. Okay, peace lilies. Peace lily, that's a beautiful spathiphyllum. It gets the white flower. They love water. They really love water. So what I would suggest that you do is put it in a well-lit spot, so it doesn't like full sun. If you put that thing in full sun, it's going to die, okay? It needs, think about the plant. It's got big, lovely dark green leaves, so don't put it in full sun. If you do that, it's going to burn and die. Rather put it into an area with just light, and keep it well watered. So I would, in terms of watering, I would run a little sink, run some water into the sink, pop the plant in, open up the sink, let the water run through it, okay, and leave it in there for about an hour. Leave it in there at least for an hour, come back, shake off the plant, let the excess water drip out, and then move it, put it back to its place, and give it plant food, okay? It's important. It needs plant food. The other thing with the peace lily, don't let it sit in water. So if you've got a little pot that it lives in, like one of these special little pot covers, don't water it in there so that it's sitting in the water. If it sits in the water, its roots are going to rot and it's going to die. Okay, right. I hope that helps you. Can you see there? Is the Root Pro good for organic farming? Whoa, yes. In fact, we went to go and visit avocado pear farmers, and I visited a potato farmer and a macadamia nut farmer who swear by Root Pro. Swear by it. I mean, they buy it in the gallons, and they feed, because, you know, avocado pears very, very often get a root disease, which then impairs the fruit. Macadamia nuts are known for the same thing, and potatoes, they can get a rot. And Root Pro has been their saving grace. So 100%, and it is an organic product. It's a naturally occurring product. So, yeah, fantastic. All right, Sheila wants to know, my mint is leggy with pathetic leaves. Okay, Sheila, is your mint in a pot? I'm assuming your mint is growing in a pot. If it's not growing in a pot and it's still looking leggy and pathetic, then you're going to do the following. You are going to do the following. So, if your mint plant, wherever your mint leaves, wherever your stems are coming out of the soil, okay, I want you to prune it hard. So you are going to prune it right back to the soil level. And trust me, it's going to be okay. If it's in a pot, or if you bought it in a small pot and it's still in that existing pot, it needs to be set free. Free willy, okay? Plant that mint into a bigger pot. Mint is an excitable plant. It's like a child that hasn't had its Ritalin. It needs space to play, it needs space to grow. And if you've kept it in a very little pot, like this size pot, guys, it's about the size of my hand, is not big enough for mint. It is not. You really want a pot at least double the size of this for mint. Very, very important, okay? So you've cut it back hard. What I would then do is get some organic fertilizer. So I would use something like BioOcean, all right? A good organic fertilizer. Sprinkle a bit on top of the mint that you've just cut on top of it. So it's a small handful. On top of it, because it's organic, it's not going to burn. You've given it a good feeding. Mint is hungry. Mint is very, very hungry plant. So that's why you're giving it a good dose of organic fertilizer, and make sure that that pot is in the sun. A lot of people make the mistake of putting mint in the semi-shade or in the shade. It's not actually happy there. That's when it gets leggy. So put it in the full sun. It stays squat and compact and happy. Okay, right. Laura asks, worms are eating my lilies. What do I need to do as an organic garden? I have a lot of garden birds and don't want to poison them. Laura, it's music to my ears. What you're going to use is this over here. Now, Laura, this is this is a biological larvicide, and it's really easy to use. The guys have made it very, very simple. And you get 3 sachets, 3 of these, okay, in one little box like this. You empty 1 sachet into 1 liter of water. 1 sachet, 1 liter of water, and you spray it over the plant where you see the worms, okay, where you see the worms, any caterpillars, all right? What happens is that this biological product, and it's quite incredible, this biological product actually has a little crystal in it. So when the caterpillars eat where you've sprayed, or they just get some of this larva on their body, okay, or they clean themselves and then they ingest it, this little crystal actually gives them a really, really, really upset tummy, like really bad, and they stop eating. They just stop eating. Now, what means? That means is when they go to caterpillar heaven, okay, and a bird comes along and eats it. Interesting, hey? You've used a biological product that is a naturally found product, which means it's not going to affect the birds. Even if little Johnny comes along and eats the worms, that's one of the children, 2-legged children, nothing's going to happen to him. If a bee comes along and sits on one of these water droplets where you've sprayed it, it's not going to be affected. Dragonflies, ladybirds, all of those are not going to be affected. So go out and look for it. You'll find it at Builders near the seed department or where all those other sprays are, and it's called Lava Pro. That will really do the job. Okay, Marlene wants to know, I have a speck wimpy in a pot. I want to plant it in my garden. Full sun, how do I water it then? Right, speck wimpy, they're incredibly tough. Marlene, you won't believe it. You can actually grow those in semi-shade or in full sun, which is why it actually makes quite a good house plant. So semi-shade, it's going to get a bit taller, all right, a little bit taller, and its leaves will get a little bit bigger. Full sun, it stays more compact, more squat, and its leaves stay smaller. And you really don't have to water it a lot. Because it's a fat plant, it stores all that water in its juicy cells, so you actually don't even have to water, in my opinion. Plant hom daar and say, happy holidays, and it's fine, and it really is good to go. Harry wants to know why my tomatoes look droopy, not happy. Harry, where do you live? That's what I need to know. But actually, mind you, we've had rain all over the country. Harry, it's not, if you're in areas where we've had lots of rain, it's really not a good idea to try and grow tomatoes. Tomatoes are best as a winter crop in the subtropical areas. So if you're on the coast, if you're Mpumalanga, anywhere around there where we've been having lots and lots of rain and lots of humidity, please don't try and grow tomatoes. If you're more in the Mediterranean, so Western Cape, there where you don't have that humidity and we're not getting a lot of rain, then yes, you can grow tomatoes now. But they hate the humidity and they get a root disease. They are common for this. They get a root disease. So like I spoke to you about a little bit earlier, what do you use? Use the Root Pro, guys. Go and get the Root Pro and douse your tomatoes. And if you're growing tomatoes and they're looking happy, don't wait until they look sad. Inoculate them rather with this, okay? So you're inoculating them and you're preventing any diseases that might come along. Okay, so that's probably tomatoes. But as a general rule of thumb, we don't sow tomatoes during the summer months because it really is just an uphill battle. We wait for the winter and then we grow our tomatoes. Right, Lorraine wants to know, how do I know when cucumbers are ready to harvest? It's all about size, baby. Okay, so Lorraine, you can pick them when they're small. They just generally are a bit more crunchy then. But what you can do is, as your cucumber, and well done if you've got cucumbers, because sure, they can be quite a challenge. But what you do know is, as soon as you see, when you touch them, so at the top by the neck where it joins the plant, if you squish them there, and you can just push them in, like just push the what's it called, the skin, just push the skin in, then you know it's ready. You'll also find that the stem where it joins it will almost look like it's just starting to dry out. That stem just drying out is a sure sign that the plant is saying, I'm ready to get rid of my fruit. But cucumbers, yay! Angela wants to know, do you water the little pot before putting it into the mini greenhouse and then not water again or not water? Okay, Angela, let me go through that again. You've sown the seed. You're going to give it a good watering, a very good watering, okay? Very, very good watering. Look at that, how this is just sucking it up. Okay, there we go. It starts coming out. Ooh, computer in the midst. Move that over there. I'm always getting shouted at because I'm probably going to drown a computer one day. Never mind, it's not going to drown. It's all good. I've got a cloth here. The computer is fine. Everybody stand back. Cardboard. What cardboard? What? Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, the cardboard propagator. Is that what the question was? Okay, never mind. Just pretend that what I've done is I've watered here. All right? So you water there, just like I've done here. Put the little lid on. Put the lid on, and you don't water again until they germinate. No, you don't have to, because this little guy is going to do exactly the same thing as the mini greenhouse that I showed you. Okay, it's going to take the water in, the water droplets are going to hit the top here, form little droplets and go back down, so it's like a mini greenhouse effect. Remember we learned about that at school? Yeah, we learned about the mini greenhouse, you know, when the water from the dams gets taken up into the sky, forms clouds, clouds go along, hit the mountains, yes, the mountains in this case is the roof here, hit the mountains, form droplets, and then go back down into the soil. That's the mini greenhouse effect. Okay, so no, that's it, as easy as that. All right, Wendy wants to know, hi Tanya, how do I get my plectranthus to bloom again? They are very healthy but no flowers. Okay, Wendy, they need food, but remember, some plectranthus are only autumn flowering. So, Mona lavender, which is it's got a lovely mauvey blue flower, more compact, and it's got that beautiful underside, that really pretty mauve underside of the leaf. That flowers throughout the year in 6 to 8 week intervals. So once it's finished flowering, if you've given it a haircut, give it some plant food. It needs food to promote that next growth. So use something like the Bio Ocean. We spoke about that earlier. Use Bio Ocean, a good handful around each plant. If, however, you've got some of the trailing, so those plectranthus that are more ground covers, they unfortunately, most of those only flower in autumn. Yeah, that's their time. So you're going to have to just deal with the foliage right now and enjoy it, but they're pretty. They've got lovely serrations on the leaves. I've got a whole lot just outside the garage here, and they really look beautiful. So enjoy them while they're there. Lindy says, my arum lilies didn't flower this year. Okay, Lindy, be calm, because we had a really cold winter, okay? We had a very cold winter. We had a winter that was like a proper winter. So a lot of arum lilies haven't flowered yet. They haven't. They're still about to come into flower. So don't stress yourself. Just make sure that you're giving them ample amounts of water. If you want, you can give them some plant food, but it's really not all that necessary. But just hang 10. They probably are going to flower, because if you lived in a cold area, they will then only start flowering a little bit later. Okay. Marlene van der Merwe wants to know, I'm struggling with termites on my grass. Tried products. They back the same week or the next week. Marlene, okay. All right. Can I please get some termite? There's no more. There's the Stark Airs termites. There it is. Okay, come back. Yeah, bring me that one. Yep. Okay, what I want to show you is the following. Right, 1 and 2. Okay, now this is a termite bait. So this is for the northern harvester termite and the control and the ordinary termite. Now, guys, what's very, very important with this is that you put it down when there is no sign of rain. Okay, because this is a bait. All right. So, and I want to show you something very important here. Very, very important. When you open this, never touch the bait. Okay, I'm going to come in here and I want you to have a look at it. It's like it almost looks like what are one of those terrible cereals that you've got to eat? All bran, you know, high fiber. It looks just like that, doesn't it? I mean, and yes, basically is. It's a bran that's been impregnated with the chemical that will kill the ants. Okay, so guys, it's important that you don't touch this. Okay, don't touch it. It's not because it's poisonous. Don't touch it, because if you touch this, the northern harvester termite and the ordinary termite that we have in our lawns are really sensitive to smell. And if they smell human oils, the human scent, they will not touch this. They will not touch this bait. So the idea is, when you know there's not going to have rain, you sprinkle this down. Remember, termites are active between 11 in the day and 4 in the afternoon. That's when they're active in the heat of the day. So you sprinkle a little bit of the bait down. Remember, you're only trying to kill something this big, so you're not going to put down kgs of the stuff. Where you see the ant activity, put some down. All right, they're going to take this bran back to their nest, and that's where it becomes active, and it will get rid of the queen and the nest. But don't touch it. Okay, that's the trick. All right. Okay, guys, I have got a few minutes left, and because I've got a few minutes left, I'm going to share something with you. I'm going to have a sip of juice quickly. And, you know, talking about getting ready, making your patio beautiful, just because you can, because we want to make things pretty and we want to be creative. I mean, yeah, you do. I'm sure that you do. Yeah, of course you do. So I'm going to clear the deck here, and I'm going to show you a very, very quick. Oh, I've got too many things on here. You can see I've been playing far too much today. Anyway, guys, this is what I want you to do. I'm going to move this out the way here. We've all got pots somewhere at home. Okay, so I want you to take a bigger pot like this, and then I want you to take a smaller pot. But now, some of you might have seen the YouTube video on this that we did many, many moons ago, but this is one cool, quick way for your patio table, and it looks fab. It looks absolutely fab. So, very, very quickly, in the bottom of the pot, I'm going to add in some drainage pebbles, okay? Right, in it goes. Big noise. Lovely. Okay, there it is. Mace, you can see, right there you're in. Nice drainage pebbles in the base. Right, next thing I want to do is I want to get my soil mixture. Now, I have got fresh potting soil here. Fresh potting soil. Take a look at it. It's beautiful. It's dark. Okay. It has no weeds. It's looking healthy. And what I'm going to do is I am going to add to that some of my palm peat. Right? Remember, I add the palm peat in here because it holds a bit of extra moisture, so that when these plants might need it, you know, because we might forget to water it every now and then, well, it could be a bit of a drama. The other thing that I'm going to add in is a handful of some bio-ocean. Now, by doing that, what I'm basically doing is that I am now putting a plant food into my potting soil, which means that as soon as my plants need nutrition, because remember, potting soil doesn't have nutrition in it. And that's very important to understand. Now that I've added 2 handfuls in there, as the plants are needing it, so they can just take it up. Okay, right, nice and easy. Got a trowel. We're just going to mix this all together very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. Mix this together. Okay, nice and easy, guys. Nice and easy. Okay, now, next up. We're going to add some soil into here. There we go. And you see I've got it in my trug. I've got it in my Gucci handbag. Guys, this is my Gucci handbag. It's the closest I'll ever get to a handbag. Don't you think she's stylish? She's beautiful, beautiful. And get a Gucci handbag, because have you noticed how easy it is? I haven't got the whole bag of potting soil that I'm trying to aim into the pot. No, I know you've done this before. You've broken the plant when the bag of potting soil exploded onto the plant. So use your little Gucci handbag and you're going to add in, all right, your potting soil, and you're going to firm it down a little bit, and then away you go. No. Okay, now at this point, we're going to do something slightly different. Okay, so in it goes there. All right, now I want this to eventually end up here. Okay, so how are we going to do this? Depending on the plant that you're going to choose to go around here, that's going to be dependent on the depth. Okay, but now I am going to be using some gorgeous little succulents that I found this morning at Builders. So I am adding in quite a bit of soil. All right, so I'm adding in quite a bit of soil. I want that to be able to go in the middle. Beautiful. So now what I do is I get these little guys. And you know, I was super impressed this morning. Super impressed when I found these little guys. I mean, they are fantastic, and I'm sure you'll be able to find these all over. And they've even got their names on them, so I know exactly what they are, and great value for money, folks. Really good value for money. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take these little guys and I'm going to pop them around the edge. Now, I'm going to speed this up because I know we're running short of time, but I'm going to just speed this up very quickly and pop these little guys in here. What are you going to tell me? I've got 2 minutes left or something ridiculous. 5 minutes. Oh, that's okay. We might just run over time. Nobody's going to cut us off. All right. Best you don't. And so I'm popping these guys just all around here. All right. Obviously, you would then fill in the soil around them. But yeah, you know, we're in a rush. Okay. And one more over here. Oh, okay. Now. Next step, what I want you to do is, let's empty that little bit because we never waste any. Keep these little pots. Okay. Right. I need a little bit more potting soil. So what I'm going to do is, let's go over here, grab a little bit more. And I've got my scoop here. And you see, it makes life so much easier than trying to pick up the whole bag. I mean, seriously. All right. So what I want you to do now is you're going to take a bit of your soil and you're going to pop it into the gaps here. All right. Pop some into the gaps. All right. Nice and easy. Pop it in. Fill all these little gaps up like that. Now, it's invariably, you're going to spill. You're going to mess something onto the succulent. Okay, but that's why you have a little paintbrush. Right, I like using the back of the paintbrush. And I just firm my soil in like that. And then where I've made a little mess, here we go. I just give them a little dab. Okay, nice and easy. Man, and guys, you know what? You could even budget this. So you could steal a few out your garden. Wait for it to callus, so it forms a little callus at the end. Okay, that means it makes a little scar, and then you can plant them around here. You can do the same thing without even having to buy any. But that's only if you've got, of course. All right, so in we go here. Alrighty, let's get these little babies in. And another little guy over here. Pop a bit of soil in there. Oh, so pretty. Okay, right, in it goes. In it goes. Right, okay, remember, you can use a little paintbrush, firm it down. There we go, get it nice and even. Now, of course, I am rushing this, so it could be done a whole lot neater, but never mind. Use your paintbrush, get rid of the excess bits here, and remember, we haven't planted in the middle here because this, boys and girls, is where this pot is going to go. So I'm going to pop that pot in here, okay? Watch what's going to happen. Okay, pop that pot over there. And already that's looking so cute. And then I'm going to take these broccolini pebbles, which I told you about earlier. And please may someone bring me a lighter. And I'm going to pop the broccolini pebbles in because I like the look of them. You can use ordinary gravel, folks. And then what happens is you pop that over there and 1 times lighter, put your scented candle in there. We can even make it lower if you're not happy with the height. Oh, man. Look at that. Center of your Christmas table. And it's vanilla. Lovely. Lovely. Nice and easy, guys. But you could swap this with maybe some white alyssum or Anything, some petunias or whatever you've got, guys. Remember, this is how we have fun in the garden. Before we leave you, though, guys, I need to tell you about the Black Friday specials, folks. Big deal, really big deal. And I need to tell you this, that today, online, you can get 15% off garden power tools. 15%. Now, if you go on to www.builders.co.za, you will see that these specials are going to come up, and there's a code, and you can even see on the screen there's a code that says BFD15. You use that code on checkout, and then that gives you the discount. 20% off garden hand tools. I like it. Go and stock up, boys and girls. And 20% on plant and lawn care. And remember, use the code so that on checkout, all right? But guys, it's not only online, in store there are loads and loads and loads of deals. I was there this morning, they were unpacking fans, and there were bras, and there was all sorts happening. It was like crazy. But remember, more deals are going to be released tonight at midnight. And tonight at midnight, guys, I'm going to give you a very sneaky, but there's going to be 15% off Patio from tonight at midnight, 10% off braai. Oh, everybody likes a braai. 15% off auto pool cleaners, and 15% off lawn mowers and trimmers. So what is the excuse? Guys, they are all there. Please remember, if you want to see what other specials they've got, go on to builders.co.za, and there's called an interactive catalog. Go to that, and then you can scroll through and see all the specials that they've got. And remember, you can buy it online, or you can go in store, and yeah, you can get all the deals that you want. So, I'm lining up what I need. I got to make my list. Remember, guys, we'll answer all your questions a little bit later on this afternoon. And remember to visit the blog on the website for gardening ideas, DIY tips, videos, and a whole lot of further information that's going to turn you into a better gardener. Guys, thank you so much for joining me for this hour. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have enjoyed this really special time with you. Take care of you and yours. Be safe. Remember, the virus is still here. So be safe. Take care of you. And God bless you all, and happy gardening. Cheers.